So I'm going to try something new. I'm going to hopefully post one or so of these videos a week, and it's basically just going to be me doing a voiceover on some random footage. Maybe it's me washing a car, maybe it's me testing out some new products, and I just don't know how to make a full video on the product. But basically, what I'm going to try to do is use this as a space to more or less talk about business and detailing in general, and kind of goal setting, and of course answering some of your guys' questions that I always get on Instagram and TikTok. If you don't know, on TikTok I've got a little over 100,000 followers. I don't really post on there as often as I used to, but I still do constantly get comments and questions. And of course, running a business full time, it's rather hard to get back to every single person. On Instagram, I don't have that exact same problem, but I still do have quite a few of you that are asking me questions, and I do always try to get back to you, but like I said, sometimes it's just I don't know. Either I'm too busy, I forget. So I'd like to use this space to do that, and obviously, it's a lot better to, or it's a lot easier to see what I'm saying whenever I'm using my voice instead of just sending you a silent message on Instagram. So I hope that kind of makes sense. It's going to be a ton of me rambling like I already am. That's just kind of how I talk. I wanted to more or less use this first video to kind of talk about realistic expectations in your detailing business if you're considering starting one, or maybe you've already started one. And everyone's expectations should be catered towards themselves. For example, where I live, I'm not going to make the same amount of money as someone that lives in Los Angeles, or someone that lives in Atlanta, or someone that lives in the middle of Idaho. We're all going to have to set our prices accordingly and our expectations accordingly. With that being said, I'm sure that most of you guys already know that, but some people are shocked whenever they hear my prices, and it's either one or the other. They think I'm charging way too much, or they think I'm not charging nearly enough. And that's usually because of where they live. So the first thing that I would say to consider if you're starting a business, or if you're very new into your detailing business, is you need to figure out how much money that you need to make per week for it to make sense. Maybe you've already got a full-time job. Maybe you've got a part-time job. Maybe you're not happy with the money that you're making at your current job and you want to make more, or at least you want to do something different. Well, obviously nobody wants to take a pay cut, so you want to make more money. So figure out how long it will take for you to make more money. The goal that I always like to tell people, of course, like I said, adjust this if you need to, but the goal I always like to tell people is $500 a week. As soon as you start to make $500 a week regularly, that's whenever it starts to feel like, wow, I'm really running a business. Or at least that's whenever it felt like that for me. And then from there, you can easily double, triple, quadruple that number. It's just worry about the basics first. So break it down even further from $500. If you want to make $500 a week and you only want to work 5 days a week, that's $100 a day. And if you look at it like that, that's incredibly simple. You can make that as a car washer, not even a detailer. And for some of you guys, that might be the most realistic option, at least starting out, is to be a car washer. You don't have to buy an extractor. You don't have to buy a steamer. You don't have to buy all these polishers, all these interior dressings, chemicals, protectants, coatings, anything like that. Just start simple. A few buckets, grit guards, brushes, mitts, brushes for the wheels and tires, of course. Don't use brushes on the cars. But yeah, so you're looking at like $100, $150, and then you can go start washing cars. You're not going to get rich washing cars if you're just doing it as one person, but you can certainly make some really good side money, and then you can put your money back, and then you can start, saving it for the vacuum, the extractor, the steamer, the brushes, everything that you need for the interior. So you don't have to start all at once, is what I'm trying to say. Washing cars, it might not sound very glamorous, and that's because it kind of isn't, but it's what you make of it. If you take pride in it, and if you look the part, people aren't going to look at you as, oh, he's just a car washer. It's like, oh yeah, Bill, he washes my car, he's awesome. And then, of course, once you get into detailing, then you've got a good reputation. So do what you can. If you don't have a lot of money, start off washing cars. Wash for your friends and family. Wash for your grandparents. Wash for your coworkers. Either do it for free or give them a hefty discount. You don't have to get rich off of your friends and family. That's just mostly so you can get photos and get the word out. You do not need to spend hundreds of dollars on advertising to start out. Can it help you get customers? Absolutely. But everyone that's going to be calling you, they have no idea of you because you're not going to have any reviews, you're not going to have any photos, you're not going to have a website, you're not going to have any of that. So I highly recommend against spending money on ads whenever you're first starting out. That goes for Facebook ads too. You can go ahead and make a Facebook page for your business and start posting in local groups. But again, do the free route, especially whenever you're starting out. What else did I have here? So price accordingly. If you're the only guy in your area, it's going to be a little bit tougher to figure out what you can reasonably charge. But if you're not the only guy in your area, figure out what everyone else is charging. Don't copy them, but at least have an idea in your head. Okay, this person charges $50 for a wash on a Tahoe sized vehicle. Like a large vehicle is going to be $50 a wash. So now you know what you can charge. Do you need to charge what they charge? Probably not starting out, just because obviously, you don't have the reputation. You don't have all of the fancy equipment. So charge a little bit less, be competitive. And then once you start building up that clientele, get people on maintenance plans. Say, hey, for a 10% discount or whatever, I can come out every 2 weeks, every week, every month, and build that reputation. Then you can start to raise your prices. Then you can start to buy new equipment, get your business shirts, your decals, your magnets, whatever it is that you want to feel official. But you don't need any of that to start out. You can absolutely just go in some athletic clothes and, start washing cars. As far as detailing, obviously you're going to make a lot more money detailing. If you've got the funds, go ahead and purchase the vacuum and the towels and everything. If you can't afford the extractor and steamer, then don't offer that service. It's that simple. You do not have to have all of those things to start out. Whenever I started out, I did not have an extractor or a steamer. Did I still offer details? I absolutely did. I just made it clear to the customer, I do not steam, I do not extract, whatever the case was. But you could rapidly grow your equipment. That's such a non-issue, and if that's what you're worried about, if that's what you're hung up about, then just you're gonna have to get over that, because that's so far from an issue. And I'm not the only person that says this. A lot of guys say this, but it just needs to be said. Keep it simple. Set your goal at $500 a week. And once you set that goal and actually keep it in your head, you'll be amazed at how fast that you'll reach that. And then set your goal higher, $600, $700, $800, $1,000 a week. To some people, $1,000 a week sounds crazy. And it's so incredibly easy to achieve, not just in detailing, but in any type of business. Just you have to start somewhere. If you're working at McDonald's, no offense to McDonald's workers, but if you're working at McDonald's, you probably don't have the funds to immediately start making $1,000 a week. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can get there, and you can get there really quick. This was a lot of rambling and didn't really have any major direction, so make sure that you guys leave a comment, like, subscribe, shoot me a message on Instagram for any type of questions or any type of topics you want me to go over in the next one. Thanks, guys.